first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
STC boss, Nana Akomea. Yes, Nana Akomea call Metro TV over the week. Na Nsem-Pii copy more there. Yedi kan the family album concerning Dr. Mamu Bawumia running meet. According to Nana Akomea, no, as the spokesperson, the Dr. Mamu Bawumia campaign, no, who say, and that's who say running meet, who say Nsem-Pii koso. A man for be lobby for running meet. Now, or no, there say Dr. Mamu Bawumia, choosing as a running meet, there, or no, Nana Akomea there. Also, Senka Abano, Ebefu, Eddie Ama Bawumia. Name Nina Agina, Dr. Mamu Bawumia. So now we and I, Nana Akomea TC show no swan kasa now show no. Na NDC rapper or show no so member of parliament and as a parliamentary candidate Emma Abra Sebu Kwaman Kese papa your friend say Felix fosu kwakye na Felix ene okasai Felix kasa yi papa ene odin say propaganda kan bia etoto Bawumia ene MPP aban na Nana Akomea so je ene atifo the course was studio as when I saw catcher. Nana Akomea yen ho adwuma pa yenti how and embassy course.
Let's hear that. Dr. Bawumia's margin is not big. The 61% is not big enough. It's underwhelming. Look, we expected a higher percentage, 70%. I told you, by our own standard, but otherwise by any standard. 61% vote in any election is very, very, very credible. Why? People win elections to be president of Ghana with 50%, 50.3.
Yeah.
And we accept them and come and sit here and sing their virtues. They win elections by 50.3. Which means nearly 50% of the Ghanaian population voted against them. And yet we accept them and we come and sit here and talk about how great they are. With 50.2%. So, Felix, you are rapping from both sides of your mouth. 61% by any standard is a credible win. It's just that it fell below our own expectation. Now, you should bear in mind, Randy, that in the history of the NPP flag bearership since 1992, this is the highest vote a first-time winner has got. Edu Boahene won the flag bearership for the first time in 1992 with 50, I have the figures here.
Is the comparison appropriate looking at the electoral college and all that?
But that's why I use percentage, not numbers.
Yeah, so maybe if you compare the it's more like the special delegates than the... But this one started from 2010, so there have been 3 elections with this one. If you're doing like for like.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you use percentages, so not numbers, because the numbers are not equal.
Yes.
The percentages show you there. Where's he gone? Okay. Now, Edu Boahene, as a first-time winner in 1992, got 56.6%. J. Kufuor, as a first-time winner to be flag bearer of NPP in 1996, got 51.9%. Akufo-Addo, as the first-time winner for the NPP flag bearership in 2008, got 47.9%. So Bawumia's vote as a first-time winner for the flag bearership at 61 is actually the highest for a first-time winner of the NPP flag bearership.
You concede that none of these persons had been running mate for the NPP in 4 elections.
Had
not been vice president.
What you need to consider is that there have been a vice president before who was also a flag bearer candidate. So that is not an issue. So I'm saying that for the first time, winner of NPP flag bearership, this is the highest. Now, there were polls. There was one poll that was supposed to be very credible that even said Bawumia was going to get about 43% or 42 or so. So if he gets nearly 20 more points above that, it's very credible. And NDC, they have told everybody in this country that there was no way that a Northerner or Bawumia will be elected flag bearer. Felix and his collaborators, they've sat here and all over the place. So you say that the man cannot win. That's what you've told yourself and you've told your supporters and Ghanaians, that the man cannot win an NPP flag bearership. He wins the flag bearership. Now the goalposts are shifted. His margin is only 61. You see, these people speak from both sides of their face looks forwards and backwards at the same time, depending on the situation. There's no principle. Felix and his collaborators. You say the man he cannot win. Then he wins, they say, but he's only 61. And yet you people have won presidential elections by 50.2. And you praise yourself for winning. So, Felix, MC, that argument, it doesn't wash. Get away from it. Then he's talking about establishment candidates helping Bawumia. How does establishment candidate help Bawumia? Just thinking about it. Because Felix, and not just Felix, a lot of his collaborators and other people, they have talked about the anger against the current system. As for Felix, in the words that I couldn't even keep up, anguish, the suffering, the pain, some of the other words that he used, against the establishment. So if somebody, in your words, is the establishment candidate, and in the face of all this suffering that you have told us about, the anguish, the pain that people are going through against the establishment, how does the establishment candidate then get 61%? It should work against him. In fact, from what Felix is saying, if you are classified as the establishment candidate, it's your death knell. You shouldn't come anywhere near winning. Because there's so much anger against the establishment, according to Felix. There's so much anguish, there's so much disappointment, there's so much bitterness, and all of that against the establishment. So somebody that you tag as establishment candidate, how does he win?
Does that not explain why Nana Akufo-Addo will win with in excess of 85 and 94 in the same electoral college? Yet, Dr. Bawumia will make a 61.
And when did Akufo-Addo win those 90s? Third also attempt.
No, I'm saying that with this electoral college.
I'm saying that when did he win those 90s? Third also attempt, not at the first time.
Yes.
So it doesn't come in. Now, I'm saying, just using Felix's words, MC Felix, that if you say that there's so much revolt against the establishment, and then you have somebody that you said is the establishment candidate, tagged him as the establishment candidate, then that person should come nowhere near. Then he talked about, say, cash. Then Bawumia spent 100, give some figure, 100 million cedis. That's what Felix is saying. Randy. And then he says that Bawumia, his personal financial circumstances cannot allow him to be able to go and collect 100 million for a campaign. You know, I don't know if you've stood for elections, but Felix, he's stood elections before. When you are a credible candidate, you would not fund elections from your own pockets. When you are a credible candidate, you attract funding from people who believe in you. When Felix was running, can he tell us that in his own AY something,
AAK.
AAK. Yeah, but the initials, it doesn't stay in my head. I know.
It must stay.
I know.
AAK. Very simple. Very simple.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
No worries. No.
Very simple.
So, when you were running your elections in AAK 4 years ago, can you put your hand on your heart and say that you funded those elections from your pockets? You cannot. When you are running look, I've run elections before. Randy, I can tell you, in 2004, when I was information minister and ran for election for the third time, and in 2008, when I ran elections for the fourth time, the funding that came my way after the elections, we gave it all away.
You gave it to who?
Oh, we gave it back to people in the constituency.
Those who gave you the money?
No. The party people. Because you had so much surplus.
Hey.
Oh, that's what happened. When you are credible,
Is it not because you were in power in those two elections? Because I'm sure in 96 and 2000, you didn't have access to dash.
The point I'm making is that elections in this country and everywhere else in the world, when you go to America today, these people who are jostling to be presidential candidates for the party,
A lot of fundraising.
a lot of money is coming. Obama raised so much money at the end of the day, he didn't know what to do with it. Look, the NPP in the year 2000, when the NDC had closed up the media space, and GBC was the only major television company, and they had closed it up. And then when the NPP is having a rally, they will show some...
You mean 96?
No, 2000.
2000 had private.
2000?
Yeah.
TV?
Okay, radio.
But you were hosting talking points.
That's GBC.
So,
I was hosting talking point when I wasn't in politics at that time.
oh wow, we knew you were in politics, but we were hosting talking. In fact, all talking point hosts. I'm so sorry to imagine all talking point hosts, with the exception of perhaps Ernest Thompson.
Yes.
Yababia Samoa, Nana Akomea, Nana Akomea, all of them MPP and the rollers.
When I was hosting talking points,
You were hiding your political.
You knew.
You were hiding your
I was
political.
not.
You were hiding your political.
Politics. So in the year 2000, the NPP coffers, 6 months to the election, really cash-strapped. Obechebi Lamte was the blessed memory, was the campaign manager. J. Kufuor was the candidate.
Yes.
Cash-strapped. GBC won't show the support base that we're garnering in the country. So we took the decision to actually buy space. And so we'll bring our own footage. And then that one will be forced to show because we've bought the space. It's not up to their editorial discretion. And the first rally that came under that arrangement was in Tamale. And we filmed it ourselves and bought the space and took it to GBC. And so they had to show it. Randy, after that showing of the Tamale rally and people seeing the crowd that had come to listen to J. Kufuor at that time, between that period, around August to December 2000, the funding that came into the party from all over, because people then saw that, hey, you people are a credible party, you have every chance of winning. Look, 2 months to the election, people were still coming. They will be told, take the money to your constituency. Yes. I'm saying in my own experience, 2004, 2008, when we finished the campaign, the funding that was left, so we bought TV sets and all kinds of stuff for the delegates. When you are credible, if you don't attract funding, it means you are not a credible candidate. He's saying, you said that we're in power. John Mahama, the last NDC primary, he himself reported officially that he gave 40 cities.
Yes.
40 cities times 350,000 delegates. You're looking at over 10 million cities. Did he fund it from his own pocket? You see?
Yeah.
Did he fund it from his own pocket?
Yeah, but
in fact, about 14 million cities. Did John Mahama fund that from expenditure from his own pocket? So, coming to sit here and say, hey,
so Jan paid 40 cities.
40 cities.
Official.
It is
And you paid what?
A tenth. Foreign.
I'm not talking about the quantity.
Okay.
I'm talking about the principle.
Yes.
That John Mahama, official,
Said
he was paying 40 cedis to each delegate.
And
Times
he would have raised the funds.
350,000 NDC delegates. That's about 14 million cedis.
Yeah.
Is John Mahama able to fund that money from his own pocket?